Yoga is the connection of mind, body, and spirit. When we take time for ourselves, we're better able to show up in our day-to-day lives, knowing that the tools we need are always within us, using our breath and our body as our guide. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's practice. My name is Brittany, and I'll be guiding you for our practice today. We'll be focusing on our arms and upper body, and we'll begin lying on our backs, taking your time to make your way down onto your mat. Taking this time to settle into your space. Maybe observing all the noises happening around you. Maybe bringing the palms of the hands to rest on top of the body. Beginning to observe your inhale and your exhale. Maybe whether you're breathing in through the nose or the mouth. Becoming aware of all the parts of your body that move with your breath. I invite you to move at your own natural rhythm and pace of breath. And just observing how your body is feeling in this moment. And we'll start to find some movement, wiggling the fingers and the toes, circling out through the wrists and the ankles, nodding the head from side to side. We'll draw the legs together, reach the palms up towards the sky, fingers point towards the body, feeling the stretch through the palms of the hands, and we'll reverse the palms down towards our mat, feeling a sensation through the top line of our wrist. Reversing and pointing the palms back down. We'll draw one knee in towards the chest and then the other. Option for the palms to rest on top of the shins or behind the thighs, whichever feels more accessible today. And we'll find a gentle rock from side to side, maybe starting to draw some circles with the knees, just connecting into our low back. Observing any sensation here. And reversing the direction. Maybe that changes the sensation, and maybe it doesn't, and that's okay. And the knees will come back through to center. Interlace the fingers over top of the left shin. Inhale to reach the right heel up, and on the exhale, the right heel will connect down onto the mat. Rooting through the back of the heel, back of the knee, toes flex in towards the body. On the inhale, feel the belly expand towards the left thigh. And on the exhale, maybe the knee draws in just a little bit closer. Option to plant the right sole of the foot down onto the mat if you find that the right heel is staying lifted. So checking in, maybe the heel is extended or the foot is rooted down. And then we'll plant the right sole of the foot down, reach the left heel up towards the sky. Palms will interlace behind the left thigh. And we'll start to find some circles through the left heel, maybe point and flexing the toes. Finding any movement here that feels good through the body. And then we'll bend through the left knee, extending the left heel to the top of our space, and inhale, interlacing the fingers over top of the right shin or behind the thigh. On the exhale, maybe the knee draws closer to the body. Option on this side for the left sole of the foot to plant down on the mat, or maybe it stays lengthened here. Exploring this line of energy from the sole of our left heel all the way through to the crown of the head. And we'll interlace the fingers behind our right thigh, reaching the heel up towards the sky, and exploring any movement here that feels really great through the body. And we'll bend through our right knee, drawing the left knee in to meet the right. Palms can come behind the thighs. Option to rock along the spine if it feels comfortable, or rocking onto your side. We'll meet up in a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of our mat. Taking our time to arrive here, we'll root through our sit bones, stacking our pelvis with our ribs and our shoulders, softening the shoulders away from the ears. We'll take an inhale, draw the shoulders up, and on the exhale, draw the shoulder blades together and down the back. Taking an inhale, and exhale to draw them down. One more inhale, and exhale, softening the shoulders away from the body. We'll take our block, bringing the block lengthwise in between the palms of the hands. Elbows draw in towards the sides of the body. On the inhale, begin to reach the palms up towards the sky. And on the exhale, draw the elbows in towards the side of the body. Just exploring this movement, maybe following it with your gaze. Continuing to draw the elbows in, and observing that sensation through the shoulders. On your last exhale, draw the elbows in towards the sides of the body. Maybe finding a pulse here. And then we'll exhale, come down, block sets off towards the side. We'll inhale to reach the arms out towards the sides, bending at the elbows, opening through the chest. And exhale, elbows connect in, rounding through the spine. Inhale to open. And exhale, rounding in, maybe the chin draws in towards the chest. Exploring this movement through the chest, the upper body. And exhaling, rounding in. Moving with your breath. And we'll reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, palms will plant down onto the mat, fingers spread wide. We'll stack our wrists with our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips, meeting in our first tabletop position here. And just taking a moment to check in with the wrists and the knees. We'll extend our left heel back, toes point down, starting to find this motion of moving back and forth. Checking in with the sensation through the back line of the leg, maybe any sensations coming up through the wrists. And then we'll begin to reach the left heel up, feeling the left glute engage, an option to reach the right arm forward in line with the ears. Drawing the navel in towards the spine and feeling this line of energy through the body. We'll plant our right palm down, left knee stacks back underneath the hip, extending our right foot back, toes flex underneath, and then finding that gentle rock back and forth. Being mindful of our wrists. And just observing if the sensation feels different on this side of the body. And begin to reach the right heel in line with our glute, and then option here to reach the left arm in line with the ear. Finding that stability through the core, navel draws in, observing our breath. Maybe this side feels a little different, and that's okay. We'll plant our left palm back down to the mat, Right knee stacks underneath the hips. We'll come down onto the forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders, and extend the legs back in line with the body. We'll open through the chest, drawing the forearms in. And on the exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest as we lift the belly away from the mat. On the inhale, belly comes down. We open through the chest. And exhale, rounding through the spine, finding that lift through the core. So inhale, so we root down, open. And exhale, draw the navel in, feeling that lift through the core and the body. Option to lift the knees away from the mat, or maybe the knees stay down onto the mat. As we exhale, round the chin in, navel draws in, knees can lift. And then on the inhale, knees to lower, opening through the chest. Just being mindful of how this feels through the body. Feeling strong and steady here. And then we'll plant the palms back down onto the mat, knees stack back underneath the hips, making our way into table. We'll walk the palms forward, drawing the chest down to the mat. So knees and hips to stack. Palms can come down, finding this puppy stretch. Opening through the chest. And observing the sensation through the shoulders. And the palms will stack back underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale to tuck the toes underneath, and exhale, sit bones reach up, thighs press back, downward facing dog. We'll find a little bit of movement here, pedaling out through the knees and the feet. Just observing how we're feeling here through the wrists, rooting through the index finger and the thumb. An option to bend through the knees to lengthen out through the spine. On the inhale, reach the left leg up and back. Exhale to draw the left knee in towards the chest. Plant the foot between the palms. We'll lower the right knee down. Inhale, arms to reach up. And then we'll draw the left hip in towards the body as the right hip draws forward. Taking an inhale, palms will come together. Take the gaze up towards the sky. On the exhale, bend through the elbows. Palms might come towards the back of the head. Option to take the gaze up towards the sky, opening through the chest. Finding that stability first through the legs. And then we'll take an inhale. Arms will reach back up and over. And on the exhale, our left hip draws back, pointing the toes up towards the sky. Inhale to come forward, opening through the chest. Exhale, left hip draws back. Option to bring blocks underneath the palms if we find that the fingertips or palms are far away from the mat. And just linking this movement with our breath. Exploring what sensations come up here. We'll tuck our right toes underneath, lift the right knee, and step the right foot all the way up to meet the left. Inhale, palms to shins or thighs, halfway lift. And on the exhale, fold forward, option to catch for opposite elbows, finding a gentle rock from side to side here. Inhale, arms will reach out and up, rising up, palms come together. And then on the exhale, our right palm draws down towards the sides of the body as we reach our left arm up, and then exhale, arm reaches overhead, finding the side body stretch. Inhale to reach up through the right palm. Exhale, left palm comes beside the body. Reaching the right arm up and overhead. Exploring the side body movement. Exhale. Inhale to reach up. And exhale. Inhale to reach up. And exhaling over towards our right, left arm reaching up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we'll reach up. And on the exhale, palms come together. Hinge from the hips, bend through the knees, bending enough so that the palms can plant down onto the mat. Inhale, palms to shins or thighs, halfway lift, neutral spine. Exhale to fold. And we'll plant the palms down onto the mat. Left foot steps back, right foot steps back, meeting ourselves in plank. and then lowering down onto the forearms. Maybe we walk the feet back, and then finding this gentle rock forward and back. Option to bring the knees down onto the mat. Maybe we make this more of a static posture in the body. Exploring this movement, feeling strong through the core, the sides of the body. We'll lower the knees down, bringing the palms of the hands onto the mat, lift the knees. Taking an inhale, we'll plant the left palm down, reach the right arm up towards the sky, staggering the feet, finding our side plank. And then exhale, right palm plants down, shifting the hips back through the neutral, and then the feet will knock over towards our right as we reach the left arm up towards the sky. Checking in with the right side of the body, take an inhale. And then exhale, left palm plants back down, shifting back through to neutral. Option to take a moment here, exhale to reach the sit bones up and back, exploring that movement here, maybe even coming down onto the knees, and just checking in with the body. How are we feeling here? Exploring that movement, and we'll come back to our downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up and back. On the exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest, foot plants between the palms. Lower the left knee down. Stacking our right ankle and knee, and then inhale, reach the arms up. Checking in with the body here. We'll draw our right hip in towards the right hip crease. Left hip draws forward. Inhale, maybe taking the gaze up, palms connect. Exhale, option to bend through the elbows. Palms can come towards the back of the head as we draw the elbows in towards our head. Feeling this opening through the chest. Maybe we lean a little bit forward. Inhale to reach the arms back up, and exhale, palms plant down onto the mat. We'll inhale to shift our right hip back, draw the right toes in towards the body, and this time exhale, come forward, open through the chest. Observe if this changes the sensation. And then as we move with our breath, just observe how this feels on this side of the body. Maybe we bring blocks underneath the palms of the hands, or just coming up onto the fingertips, giving ourselves that room and that space. We'll inhale to come forward, tuck the left toes underneath, step the left foot all the way up to meet the right. Palms will come to shins or thighs, halfway lift. Exhale, soft bend of the knees as we fold forward. Inhale to rise up, reach up. And then palms will come together. Exhale, palms together at heart center, rooting through the feet. We'll take an inhale, reach the sit bones back, bending through the knees, finding our chair pose. And then we'll reach the arms out towards the sides, bending at the elbows, finding these cactus arms. Seeing if we can still feel that length through the spine. Maybe the glutes are engaging here. Just observing our breath. We'll take an inhale, rising up, reach up. On the exhale, fold forward, bending through the knees. Arms will sweep behind the body and then reach them up towards the sky. Option to interlace the fingers here, finding the stretch through the back line of the body. And if the fingers can't interlace, that's okay. Maybe the palms simply stay up. You might find a little rock from side to side. As the palms sweep forward and up beside the body, we'll cactus the arms, reaching the sit bones back, finding that chair pose. Steadying through the breath. Taking that inhale. Reaching the arms up, rising up. Exhale, folding forward. The arms will sweep along the body and then palms face in towards one another, or option to interlace the fingers together. Palms draw away from one another. And then exhale, palms will come down the backs of the legs. Gentle massage here. Palms to plant down to the mat. Option 2, walk, step, or hop to the back of your mat. We'll take an inhale through plank. Exhale, lowering down onto the forearms. Lowering the knees down, or option to stay here. We can interlace the fingers together, opening up through the elbows if we find that our shoulders are feeling sensitive here, or the forearms can stay planted on the mat. And then we'll start to walk the feet in towards the body. Take the gaze back towards the legs. We're finding our dolphin pose. So option to bend through the knees so that we can lengthen out through the spine. Always option to stay in our forearm plank, or maybe we experiment by lifting the left leg up and back. Meeting our body where it is, lower the left heel down, and then inhale, reach the right leg up and back. And then exhale, we'll lower the right heel back down to the mat. Knees will lower down onto the mat. Palms will come back underneath the shoulders, and then we'll bring the sit bones back towards the heels. Palms to rest on top of the thighs, and just take a moment to check in with your breath. The body. And then we'll come onto our sit bones, bringing the left knee in line with the left hip as the left knee stacks in line with the left heel. And then we'll bring the right hip in line with the right knee as the right knee draws behind the body. So we're finding this 90-90 position of the legs. And then we'll draw the torso forward, and maybe we fold forward, or option to bring the palms behind the body, fingers pointing towards the back of our mat and opening through the chest, just depending on the sensation that's coming up through the hips. And then finding what feels comfortable here. You can walk the left heel in or back, and being mindful of how this feels through the right hip. Just observing the sensations, and can we soften into our breath? Observing any areas of tension or ease. Inviting a little softness to the body. We'll slowly begin to ease out, coming back to neutral. And then we'll lift the knees away from the mat, shifting over towards the opposite side. So this time our right hip and knee align with one another. Our right shin might be parallel to the back of our mat. And then the left hip and left knee are drawn in towards one another, and left knee and ankle are in line. So finding that 90-90 position, and you can adjust the knees if there's any pinching sensations. Maybe we lean back on this side depending on the sensation. Or option to draw the torso forward, and maybe we lean and walk the palms forward over top of our right thigh. You might observe a different sensation on this side, and that's okay. Adjusting in any way to support the body as it is here in this moment. Maybe closing down the eyes or even softening the gaze. And we'll slowly begin to ease out, coming back through to neutral. And we'll bring the knees back up and over, and then maybe finding a gentle rock from side to side, knocking the knees from side to side, finding some movement through the hips, the ankles. And then we'll shift back to the top of our mat. And the soles of the feet will come together, knees to knock wide. You can draw the heels farther away from the body, or closer in towards the body, depending on how this feels through the hips and the knees. If you have blocks, you can bring them underneath the knees, and we'll find some length through the spine. And on the exhale, maybe we fold forward. So a few options here. Adjusting so that we can feel comfortable through the legs. And then just breathing into the back line of the body. Back of the neck. Shoulders. You might even feel this through the low back. And then on an inhale, we'll slowly rise back up, crossing the legs. And then we'll bring the elbows to stack. So right elbow underneath the left. Palms can either come together to touch the backs of the palms, or the palms can touch depending on how this feels through the body. And we'll begin to reach the elbows up towards the sky. Maybe drawing the chin in towards the chest. You might feel the sensation through the back line of the neck. And then we'll release. This time taking our right ankle, uncrossing it, so reversing the cross of the legs, and then we'll reach the arms up. This time our right elbow is stacking underneath the left, so reversing the palms of the hands. And maybe on this side, the backs of the palms connect, or maybe just the palms to touch. And reaching the elbows up towards the sky, and the chin draws in towards the chest. Maybe this changes the sensation through the body, maybe it doesn't, that's okay. We'll release the cross of the arms, soles of the feet to plant onto the mat, knees to bend, and we'll slowly lower down onto our backs. Palms to rest on top of the belly, heel toe the feet wide, just a little bit wider than hip distance, and knees to knock in towards one another. Observing maybe the sensation through the arms, the shoulders, the spine, and all the way down the legs. Observing our body as a whole. And coming back to your natural rhythm and pace of breath. Can we let our practice go? And focusing in just on this moment. Being here and present with our breath. Thank you for joining me for practice today. It was an honor and a privilege to guide you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.